Rouge, Louisiana, and he used the sports of track and field and cross country to do it. Thomas's love for track and field began as an athlete at McKinley High in Baton Rouge. He set high school records in the 100, 220, and 440-yard dashes, feats that earned him a scholarship to Southern University, the very same school he would serve for his entire head coaching career. He graduated from Southern with a bachelor's degree in 1963 and earned his master's in 73, a testament to the never-give-up attitude he instilled in each of his student athletes throughout the years. In 1987, Coach T took over as coach of the track and field and cross-country programs at his alma mater. For 20 years, he not only trained and mentored collegiate athletes, but shared his passion for track and field with kids and high school student athletes throughout the region. Over the course of 2 decades, his collegians, many of whom walked on, then developed and flourished under Thomas's direction, followed his stellar example to 45 SWAC titles in men's and women's track and field and cross country. He led the Jaguar men to the program's first outdoor league crown in 20 years in 1991, kicking off a surge lasting until 2003. In that span, Southern won 11 outdoor and 8 indoor team championships. His women achieved nearly identical success after breaking through for their first ever SWAC title in 1994. Followed that up with 8 outdoor and 9 indoor titles through 2004. His Jaguars achieved success on the national stage as well. In addition to 9 men and 3 more women who scored at the NCAA championships during his tenure, he coached 2003 NCAA Division I indoor long jump champ Brian Johnson, who later went on to represent the United States at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. But Thomas's contributions were hardly limited to his university. He also poured his time into his community by founding the Track Club for girls and Baton Rouge Express Track Club for ages 7 to 18. In June of 2009, Thomas died after a 2-year fight with cancer. He is not forgotten as his athletes, colleagues, community, and family continue to benefit from the gifts he lovingly bestowed upon them. The late Johnny Thomas of Southern University, a 2014 Coaches Hall of Fame inductee.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking on behalf of the late Johnny Thomas is Thomas's brother-in-law, DRTR Williams, and Thomas's brother, Frank Slaughter.
To the officialdom of the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association, it is with deep humility and appreciation that I receive this award in the stead of my sister Lula, who would want to be here tonight but was unable to be here. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for realizing the accomplishments that Johnny has made and bestowed upon him this gracious award.
There are 2 enough of us here tonight to represent Johnny, and as unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, I prepared a few remarks. Don't get upset, David. I'm only going to read half of this. To the association officers, to the other recipients tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here because Johnny Thomas was my friend. He was my brother, not biological, but we married sisters, his sisters, to be more specific.
Yeah.
And I knew Johnny from 1960 until his death. We were friends all that time. I can say without fear of contradiction that Johnny Thomas was one of the most personable individuals that I've known. He never met a stranger, and he had this uncanny ability to find out things about people as he talked to them. And he touched so many lives during his lifetime. Johnny Thomas has left a legacy of stories, and I've heard some of them tonight from some of the coaches that he worked with who are here. He was a person with a phenomenal God-given memory. He could remember dates and faces. and places and people. And he took it upon himself to try to find that strand that would connect him to other people. Now, I know on the field of battle, which is your track, he was a demon. He didn't take any prisoners, and some of you know that. But off the track, Johnny Thomas was a man's man. And I think the men in the room will understand what I'm saying. And to the ladies in the room, he held women in high esteem. And he was one of the nicest persons that you would ever want to meet. I'm proud to be here tonight because Johnny was not only my brother first, friend first, then brother, and then in-law, but he's also was revered as a member of my family. I could never go home without my mother asking, "Where's Johnny?" She'd even say, "Glad to see you, where's Johnny?" Because that's the kind of person that Johnny was. So thank you all very much to the association for recognizing Johnny for all that he did, because he gave his life, he gave much of his personal resources to the students that he worked with, and he didn't just start that when he got to Southern University. He did that from the time that he was an assistant to the Park and Recreation Director in Baton Rouge. And he developed that competitive spirit and that competitive attitude in everything that he did. We played flag football together, we bowled together, we played basketball together, and everything that we did, Johnny would cut your heart out if he could.
Yeah.
But he did it in a kind and gentle way. But he still wanted to win. And he carried that on to Southern University, and through all of the things that you've heard, that was Johnny Thomas. He's greatly respected by all of the people that he worked with at the university, and there are coaches across this country today who have benefited from their experience with Johnny Thomas. So thank you very much for this recognition.
Presenting the Hall of Fame Award, Southern University head track and field coach, Tremaine White.